Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So just a quick bit of news, especially if you are using Google Podcasts. And Google has recently announced that it's going to be discontinuing Google Podcasts sometime next year in 2024. And this means that they are now going to be making YouTube Music the only platform for podcast episodes next year. Because currently there's an overlap. We get Google Podcasts, and then we have Podcasts, which is also a feature, as many of you may know who are using the Google services, that podcast is available now in YouTube Music as well. So this is one of the reasons, obviously, that they are trying to migrate the two services into one. And as many of you may also know, Podcasts was launched back in 2018. And if you are using the service and are worried about your data and the migration, in the immediate future, the service will continue running. There is no exact date next year in 2024, so up until then, nothing's going to change. And Google has said in this announcement, and I'm quoting, later in 2024, as part of this process, we'll be discontinuing Google Podcasts. And then they carry on to say, as part of this process, we'll be helping Google Podcasts users move over to podcasts in YouTube Music, as mentioned. Now, how this is all going to practically work is they are going to be using two methods. The first is, for users, it means a simple migration tool and the ability to add podcast RSS feeds to their YouTube Music library, including shows not currently hosted by YouTube. So the first method, how this migration is going to take place, they'll be rolling out a migration tool which will help you migrate your podcasts over to the podcasts in YouTube Music. And then the second method, they carry on to say, for those who prefer a different listening platform other than YouTube Music, the tools will also include an option to download an OPML file of their show subscriptions, which they can upload to an app that supports their import. So if you're not using YouTube Music, you can obviously, with that OPML file, you'll be able to upload your podcasts to an app that supports that actual import format. Now, they carry on to say that in the coming weeks and months, they're going to be gathering feedback to help make this migration process from Google Podcasts to YouTube Music as simple and easy as possible. And they also mentioned that once they feel the migration tools are ready, they'll release them along with clear guidelines on how they work. So nothing at this stage is going to take place. And obviously this will be, this communication will be sent out in the future regarding this migration. And in this announcement, Google says the reason that they are now closing down and shutting down and discontinuing Google Podcasts and moving that over to YouTube Music now in the new year is because they say more people are listening to audio on the YouTube Music platform. And that applies to podcast listeners who prefer to consume content via YouTube rather than the dedicated app. So that's, give or take, the reason they say they are making this migration and shutting down Google Podcasts. But just wanted to let you know, in case you are using Google Podcasts and are tied into the Google ecosystem. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.